it was written två språkighet. Ja, which means yes, comma, I will. Those are two very central acts, speech acts in this ceremony. So the bride said ja, but I will not translate the first advertisement which said, so you have Jerker Andersson getting married to Pia Andersson in a particular place, and the message they send out to everyone is same name.
They have recently published several books. Our Pro-Vice Chancellor, Brigadier Syed Ahmed Ali Sahab, has kindly consented to release these books. I now request my colleague, Dr. Nazreen Plaskar.
Members of the Department of Linguistics and AMU have been very actively engaged in research and publishing their work. We would like to share some of this with this hour's gathering today. So it gives me immense pleasure to announce that we Gupta and Shailendra Mohan. The name of the book is Alternative Voices Researching Language, Culture and Society. I request Professor S. Imtiaz Hasnain and Professor Bagga
Doesn't know what this priest is saying. That also gets translated into Swedish Sign Language. And when oral English, so we see this chaining taking place in what we recognize as nothing special. But so if you look at the languaging that is going on, you see three modalities. You see oral language, you see captioning, which is written language, and then you see Swedish Sign Language, which is a visually oriented language. You see three different, who looks at who at what point. The bride and the groom are looking in front at the altar and the priest, and the audience, the participants, are sitting behind. But we, as consumers of this mass media, where are we sitting? So spatial organization is very important. English is also being translated into Swedish Sign Language, which is not a recognized minority language, but which has got this very high profile. When the priest speaks oral Swedish, there is no captioning taking place.
Cultural communication require comparing communication practices of one language culture with another and focusing on features of shared communication between speakers from different languages and cultural backgrounds. I'll give you my own problems which I encountered when I was in Saudi Arabia. It was the use of the word nam. I associated it with no. It sounded very much like na or no, but it meant yes. So one had to understand all this. For example, I'll tell you, in Eskimo culture, if you say yes, you shake your head like this. Unlike in India, we say yes. So the language of a person, along with the indication which he or she gives, along with the language, has got to be understood. Otherwise you will make mistakes, because if the person just says, you will take it as a no, an Eskimo, but actually he didn't say utter word, but he did like this, and he meant yes. So you got to understand all these finer points. Another thing, which I took a great time to learn, is what has already been said, is when I went to a visitor. For example, if I met the Minister of Defense in Saudi Arabia, I had to engage him in small talk for 15-20 minutes. Kaif al-hal, kaif akhbar, a whole lot of small talk.
आपका और आप किस डिपार्टमेंट से?
मैं मसूद अली बेग, डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ लिंग्विस्टिक्स।
यस, क्या कार्यक्रम रखा गया था, कौन कौन लोग आए?
हमने इंटरनेशनल सेमिनार ऑर्गेनाइज किया जिसमें देश और विदेश से लिंग्विस्टिक्स के, भाषा विज्ञान के बहुत से डेलीगेट्स और स्कॉलर आए हैं जिन्होंने भाषा और संस्कृति से संबंधित विषयों पर इज़हार ख्याल किया। और इस सेमिनार का उद्देश्य हिंदुस्तान जैसे बहुभाषी मल्टीलिंगुअल कंट्री में किस तरह लोग, अलग अलग संस्कृति के लोग किस तरह से संचार करते हैं, किस तरह से वो कम्युनिकेशन होता है, क्या उनकी प्रॉब्लम्स होते हैं, उस पर विचार करने के लिए इसको रखा गया है।